needs, wants, and why people buy. If you have a closet filled with the exact same outfit and you wear the same thing every day, you're either Steve Jobs from the future or a consumer who buys strictly what you need based on logic. If, on the other hand, you have a wide variety of styles and colors in your closet, you, like the vast majority of other consumers, make your buying decisions based on emotion and what you want. Today, you'll discover how to find out what your customer wants and how knowing what they want can increase the value of your product and the likelihood they'll buy it from you. One great advantage you have as a salesperson is you're also a customer. It makes sense to rely on your experience as a consumer to excel on the other side of the counter. Think about the last big item you purchased. Maybe it was a car, a house, or a new computer. When people are shopping for a big-ticket item like a car, they have valid, logical reasons for needing it. But they also have specific wants, aspects about a new car that defy logic, things that have a powerful influence over their final decision. You know, things like it needs to be red, it has to be a Ford, it has to look cool, I want a sunroof. And this influence isn't limited to large purchases. Even decisions about small purchases can be based on emotion and what you want. I mean, have you ever taken a look at how many different types of trash cans there are? There are metal ones, plastic ones, red, black, green, trash cans with wheels, with lids that come off, with lids that stay on. I mean, why are there so many different types? It's just a can to hold trash, right? Well, the only reason we have so many choices as consumers is because we buy what we want. If we only bought based on what we need, we would have just one model, style, and color. It would be simple and logical. However, because there are people who want red trash cans, even though it doesn't make logical sense, red trash cans are available. When faced with a purchasing decision, wants generally outweigh needs, and in many cases, you may even want something you don't really need at all. I don't know about you, but I can think of a dozen things I've bought over the years because I wanted them, even though I didn't really need them. Take jumping out of a plane, for instance. You don't need a parachute to jump out of a plane, but you probably want one. In this case, the want is way more important, don't you think? It's common to find sales books that tell you to build value by showing the customer how your product meets their needs. And that's a great place to start. But if you really want to excel in sales, show them how your product gets them what they want. That's far more important to your customer. And this is why Mr. Spock would have been a terrible salesperson. He was way too logical. Remember, whatever you're selling, your customer can get in a dozen different places. But if you can show them how your product gives them what they want, they'll buy it from you. Okay, so how do you find out what they want? Well, along with the probing questions you ask to find out what they need, incorporate questions to find out what they want and look for that emotional response. Using a two-step process, identify your customer's needs and then understand them. So step one would be to identify the need. What prompted you to call in today?
I've got back pain, and I thought that your product could help.
Now, step two is to understand the need with questions like, how long has that been an issue for you? What else have you tried? And at its worst, how bad is that pain? Now, use the same process to identify your customer's wants, their hot buttons, the emotional reason they want to resolve their need. So step one, identify their wants or hot buttons. Now, once we get rid of that back pain, what's the first thing you'll want to do that's difficult for you to do now?
Oh, I would love to get back out on my bike. I used to ride all the time, but I haven't been able to since this started.
And step two, understand their want, and especially their emotional attachment with questions like, why is biking so important to you? And how will it feel to be back out on your bike again? Some salespeople struggle with this because it seems counterintuitive. I'm supposed to be talking about my pain product, not their love of biking, right? Wrong. You see, when you discover your customer's wants, a lot of great things happen. You strengthen your connection with them, which builds trust and value. You're not just a salesperson. You actively engage your customer in the buying process, and engaged shoppers become engaged buyers. And you have the ability to demonstrate how your product not only meets their needs, but also gets them what they want. That makes you and your product far more valuable. Today's 1-2 punch: discover your customer's wants and create a stronger desire for your product.